Oh, okay. So we're rigging. Should be getting pretty close to done now. Pretty darn close. Hello, Ariso. Welcome. Welcome back. I'm doing well. Surviving. Surviving. I got a lot of work to do. Doing it. I'll have a lot of work as soon as I finish my college thing, as my clients are getting excited, asking me for a lot of stuff. Well, that's good to hear. The way it should be. The way it should be. We're in the process of getting our character rigged here. We need to update our weight painting. I actually still need to adapt the few other things, but that's okay. I'll get to them. We'll just work our way up the body. Is it laggy? How long until you're done with your college stuff? What exactly are you doing again? Oh yeah, you're doing you're studying I believe some form of computer science. I can't remember what specifically. Automation. Get a certificate from that course, and use that certificate to earn the right of graduation. Then I'll get my degree. The right of graduation. Interesting. I certainly don't miss school, but I do love learning. I'm glad hope you're enjoying yourself. Universities here in Columbia work in magical ways. Eh, oh, how did I do that? Learn how to automate processes. It's going to be a killer feature for my workflow because I designed and programmed a bot that can make the product website for my stuff. Everything automated, including using the VN3 license generator according to my liking. For example, making a bot that makes a license for a piece of clothing or for an avatar, two different types of license, and everything automated. When you say license is like a copyright license? VN3 license generator. I'm not sure what that is. Link in Discord. License agreement. Interesting. So, but to clarify, this would just be a license in Japan, right? Or Colombia, wherever that agreement was made. I mean, I don't think that's how copyright works. Because like you go to China, they have very different copyright laws on like how you're able to use the assets and things like that. That's like an agreement if people purchase it, but legally, it's like every country has their own thing, unless that's like an international commission or something you're going through. I'm not quite sure. Makes a license for Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and English language. Gotcha. But it's just like a contract more than anything. Like if you buy this, then you agree to this. I guess that bone's in the right spot. Mods, volunteer pro bono. Well, hang on. I don't feel the need to spam the whole thing. Still pretty vague on legally how that would be enforced. Hello, Adrian. Welcome. How you doing? That's just like a template that, someone in another country steals your assets. Like are they going to go to bat for you or? Gotcha. How's it working? It's going really well. We're working on this lady right now. Just about finished for the most part. She's got these nice little feathers. She's got this fuzz. She's coming out super well. Might go in and make the hair a little bit shorter globally. And the normal map's still not showing up. Anyway, yeah, so we're working on this right now. Looking super good, super fresh. It's not the law itself, rather your own rules. The law will protect those rules. Just depends on the country you're in, I think. These definitely allows you to find fair rules that do not go crazy with your rights, like in a realistic way. This is like a guideline. These are some general things people usually do. I mean, you technically can't do that anywhere. You can't hide or obfuscate or gain ownership of things. You bought my product, therefore I own your firstborn. By the way, is there a way to make Vi seams with AutoRig Pro, like using an armature? So, yes. Anytime you're using an armature, you have the ability to pose that armature. So if you have your ellipse posed, while that pose is happening, you can select your armature in this dropdown and say save as shape key. So you can create an animation for each of your expressions and then go through it for each expression you have, or if you're using animations, and then just save as a shape key for each one. So there's not like a AutoRig Pro doesn't help directly with that in the sense like they have a feature for it, but there are ways to do it just through Blender itself. So for Arisa, for your automation work, are you using like neural networks or like using agents, or are you creating like algorithms? I have a question. What would be the best choice in software to make virality fin textures to AVI? So you're looking to paint an avatar If you have Substance Painter, that's probably the most straightforward option because there's a lot of resources for it. Um, and like a lot of your friends might be familiar with it. Um, in terms of what's available, there's also Instamat. You can technically paint things in Blender directly. I would recommend using something like Yuku Paint. This one here. Go ahead and share that there. Mainly using Photoshop. Caught in VR chat clip roasting the absolute shit out of some kid using hacks in the game of VR chat, and I'm probably getting canceled for everything I said there. Oh, they're gonna get you. um, but yeah, I would definitely recommend taking a look at that one. Photoshop, it's always possible to do everything in Photoshop. Certainly hard mode, extra challenge mode. You could say algorithms use computer vision to scan your screen, then program the bot to click on steps, set text on UI, run some code in Python, etc. Okay. I've been looking a lot into kind of AI agent stuff that I've been seeing. Very intrigued by that kind of thing. Especially because for like making games or NPCs and stuff, it seems like infinitely useful because you can just start to program your NPCs or other characters like the player. Like you just make a system and then it's up to the AI to take advantage of that. Do you work with LLMs at all? Large language models? Put the corner there. Put the corner here. Turn on the wireframe. Two, three. See how that looks. I like the idea of making a bot that automates the license generation and the product website creation. Also, the thing about license SAM is the same license generated is used by the same people who made the popular booth.pm avatar. I guess my only point with what I was just kind of curious if there was some sort of international copyright license you're using. It's just if someone breaks the law with Booth, like they can enforce it in only a certain amount of countries, right? Like they can't. That's not like an international license. That's just like kind of a general copyright thing, you know. If there were countries that weren't, they could buy stuff through it, but maybe not be able to enforce it, or I don't know. I'm just kind of curious how they would enforce that in certain places. The other license to be a Creative Commons license, but only a sense of being the standard for 3D VR assets. Gotcha, gotcha. Booba. All right, let's make some booba bones. I've adopted the VM3 license. All right, let's get that bone in there. Never sure how I accidentally get set on gimbal. Gimbal. Taking my leave now. Need to do college thing. Apologize for spamming, but here you're fine. I suppose I got excited given the fact I might be able to save little hours by making a bot. They'll do all the job in a few minutes instead of me taking so many hours to do something. Have a nice rest day, Sam. Enjoy your day, Arisa. Look forward to hanging out with you again. And excited for you to finish your college stuff. Good luck. Good luck and enjoy yourself. Bye, Riso. Bye. I guess I need to do that. All right. Booba bone. Booba bone. Or calculate the roll. Global Z. We'll do the same for these ones. It's already there. It worked. Thanks. Hey, that's good to hear. For your trying to make Vi seams. I would recommend saving the pose of your face, whatever Viseam shape you make, into an animation clip. That way you can always go back to it if you need to. So, like, for example, on this character here, if I go to my dope sheet action editor, I make an action. Let's make a keyframe. I get my clip. I can make sure to save it, and I could say Viseams. And every time I pose something, I could save that pose. Hope that helps. That should be pretty good for all the clothing. Anything else? I don't think so. Not just yet. We'll start with this. Because the rest will be clothing. Yeah, the rest will just be clothing. If I reset the pose with Alt S GNR, so if you're asking, that is how you can reset the pose, just to make sure everything's back to normal. If you sorry. If that's what you're asking, sorry. I'm thinking of the question. Could go a few different ways, so I'll wait. I'll wait till you respond. Hello, Mephisto Free. Welcome. Have I ever worked in environment art? I have made some VR chat worlds or some other spaces. Most of my work is character work, but I'm familiar with it. Hello. Welcome. Right now we're working on this character here. This is a client commission for a VR chat avatar. Really loving how these wings are turning out. Thank you. VR chat ready avatar. I generally charge about $1,000 USD. Yeah, so for a from scratch avatar, it's about $1,000. Generally, it takes me about 3 to 4 weeks to make one. So it's a decent amount of time. I like to do a few at once, for better or worse. Right now, it's kind of getting a lot of work, which is good, but I need to get caught up. The in front. But if you're interested, or actually, I will just go ahead and take this opportunity to share my portfolio. So I do have a website with my portfolios linked on there, and then it goes over my commission process and things like that. I believe it's also linked down below on my Twitch page. $1K for only avatar upload ready, or everything from zero. So I start I do from scratch avatars. So I make everything from the ground up. I have a base character that I've made for myself that I start from, but it's not the same thing as what you would see on Gumroad or something like that. Because IDK, I have the model, the armature ready that I commissioned and all. I have the model with the armature ready that I commissioned and all. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Like, are you looking for assistance with a character you have? Someone's already started for you? Gotcha. So you have the model itself, the armature, but it's not ready for VR chat. Because just to clarify what I do, I make the model that's on the not safe for work side. That's a par for the course here in VR chat land. But yeah, I make the models, get them uploaded, and I do everything on both sides. So from start all the way to uploading. So if you're looking for assistance with like having a model edited or like getting it from Blender into Unity, that's certainly something I could at least review and point you in the right direction with. If you go through that forum, or you can reach out to me on Discord through my server. I'll drop a link right here. You're welcome to reach out, and we can just see what we're able to do. Absolutely, absolutely. There's I love VR chat, but there's definitely a lot to the avatars themselves. But I think kind of a space that's growing, and just cool to see all the different things people make. Perfect. That looks really good. All right. So where are we at in the rigging process? I think we've got most of the body done now. Breasts are still unweighted, so let's do those now. So we'll start by simply selecting a group and then assigning it. Then we'll grow the selection, remove what we just assigned. Oops. Deselect what we've just assigned and assign it to the first bone. That way we've got this one and this one, and we can smooth selected pose bones. Like so. And that'll give us a nice start on the breast rigging here. What? How's that work? Oh, I see. And if anyone else is interested in ever getting any assistance with an avatar or anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out. Happy to help. Something else grabbing the breast right there. Many lines. A little hard to see what's what here. Cool. Where is that? Can't see shit. There. All right, that looks good. Just send you a DM what I managed to make for now. VR check. Great. Okay, heck yeah. When you say VR check, like inside of Unity, double checking what you're. Yeah, I'll take a little bit. Oh, you reached out last month. Oh, heck yeah. I remember you sending this image. Very cool. Bodacious. It's a very cool design, though. All right. Oh, no, no. Wait, I'm actually looking at the wrong thing. My apologies. That was a different DM that was also bodacious. Here we go. Okay. Nice. Seems like you're heading the right direction. Um, well, just send me what you're interested in doing, or if you just need some advice or anything, be happy to point you in the right direction. Right now, it looks like you're making progress, though. Was there a specific thing you're looking to tackle right now? Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's right. Ooh, the hair is too much. Let's turn. Wait, is the hair not on the custom bones? Select. Select. I would like all the child bones. Not the first child bone. Let's turn off these two. There we go. Okay, now we can clean up our deform a little bit. It'll make it a lot easier to look at now that we're rigging. Not rigging, but yeah, rigging the face. Because it needs it. Look at that. Actually, that worked really well. Right off the rip. Good to see. So let's do one at a time. Just start by limiting and editing any of the influences that are too extreme. Do you have any references for how the mouth should move for every Viseme? That's a fantastic question. Thankfully, the VRChat Visemes are actually based off of the Oculus Visemes that they shared for their developers. That's fine. But there is a whole mouth shape reference right here. I'll drop that right there for you. Absolutely. Big gap right there. That'll be a challenge. Good. Ear wiggling. What amazing tips have I missed? Hard for me to say, but hello, even. Welcome. So far, we're just almost done with most of the resetup of the body rig because since we're starting from a base template, we do have a lot of work already done. Just like the mouth and stuff. Which looks pretty good. Never left. Oh. Ugh. Excuse me. Perfect. Pretty good. Oh, thank you. That's a little too strong. Anyone excited about the Minecraft movie? People seem kind of upset about it. Can't say I knew what to even imagine, to be honest. Hello, sir. Senor Petolino Bar. Hello. Welcome. How you doing? YouTube emotes get translated to text. Lame, lame, lame. It's kind of funny. Makes me feel schizophrenic because I just see cat orange whistling. Cat orange whistling. Probably because it looks so extraordinarily generic and pandering that it's, at most, makes you think an AI wrote it. Fair. It is amazing to me that Jack Black has been just in every single, like almost every single fucking video game adaptation. It like actually blows my mind. Like Mario Brothers, Borderlands, uh, Minecraft, nuts. I mean, that's a successful acting career if I've ever seen one. Probably because Chris Pratt was busy. He might not be wrong. All right, so now it's moving super well. Maybe a little too much on the jaw. Not that we'll be doing that kind of deformation though. Let's lessen it. Oh. All right. Does the client give you that kind of specification? Like, I want to unhinge her jaw, she open her mouth as if she were to eat someone. Or would that be a special request? I think generally I wouldn't assume that that would be necessary unless they asked. But if they asked, I would do it. I mean, in the scope of video games, that kind of thing is kind of easy sometimes. One horrifying image there. It keeps putting the hair bones on the deform. It's going to move him back, though. It's going to move him back. That's so annoying. I would have totally guessed in VRC they would all want special animations like that. I mean, it just depends on. There's something for everyone. Put it that way. Good. Oh man, I really want some chocolate. That's what I want. Some chocolate. All right, I think that's pretty much the body rigged right there. So let's make a backup copy. We'll say body rigged. And now we're going to do a little cheat. We baked with the mouth open. Now what we're going to do, we're going to close the mouth. Now we're going to do that. We're literally just going to move this up. Move this down. Take the body, say apply. Boom. And that's like the rig. Say apply poses, rest pose. It's that simple. Maybe they would have requested something like that. I want the wing to open my arms or something like that. I mean, I've done things where it's like people who have, and they want their tail to like wrap around in front of them to like grab things. Body morphs to increase their arm size or belly size or chest size, things like that. All of those things are more complicated because you have to set them up inside of Unity using VRChat's systems. You can't just like make stuff up. You have to use their systems, which is kind of a pain because they don't really have the best systems, in my opinion. Oh, we did not finish rigging the button. Yep, move the hair back to the deform. Okay, so once custom bones in the deform layer, and there ain't nothing I can do about it. There ain't nothing I can do about it. Learn that step of closing the mouth all the way at the end cost me so many tears. I mean, the other way I do it is just rig it, open it, and then bake it then. So that's my other secret. Okay, now the body is pretty much fully rigged. Good. Now what we're gonna do, start getting the teeth and stuff in. So we got the teeth. Is it already in there? Some of it. Says they are. Right. These teeth would actually be incorrect because I had duplicated them. So we would need to this. Take the lower tooth. Perfect. It's like we do want to move some of the verts in here. Interesting. Ooh, fascinating. If I turn keep normals off, that looks way better. That's annoying. I don't think it should do that. Maybe it's just with the armature that that's happening. Who's the biggest competitor to Blender in your opinion? Really depends on what your goals are. If you're a hobbyist, I don't think there's any other option but Blender because it's free. In terms of what do other people use, so if you're in the industry, the main modeling software is Maya. And then for sculpting, ZBrush is extremely popular. That's pretty much standard for sculpting. But generally, Maya is kind of considered the alternative to Blender. Or I should maybe say it the other way. Blender is kind of the alternative to Maya. I have ZBrush. ZBrush is very good. It is a very good program. But I still prefer Blender because it's free. Though I did switch over to Marvelous Designer for certain things. Making, well, not for very specific things, making clothing. Kind of a weird way to put it. Oh. Interesting. I thought those would have been merged. Right, I did turn that off. Big irony on the planet is that everyone says you got to learn Maya to work in the industry, and yet under the table, the entire industry is slowly switching to Blender because it's free. I like MD, gonna start my OC soon. Let's go. OC time. I saw some Blender movies and holy hell, they look good. It's really just about skill when it comes to anything in digital art. It's like, given you take the best top talent from Hollywood and you put them in a room with Blender, they'll make the best, highest quality stuff. Like, a lot of what you see when it comes to like why is Maya popular over Blender is just because that's what they teach in school. It really is as straightforward as that. It's like, yeah. It's not necessarily that they're wrong to, it's just that's what was taught, and it's entrenched. Is it Murder Drones in Blender or Digital Circus? I believe they both are. It's also a lot more anime than you'd think that uses Blender. There was one, I don't remember the name of it. It was about some like tiny kid that was gonna become king. I don't know. Anyway, a big section of one of the action scenes is done in Blender. One of the bigger action scenes. I forget what it's called. He's just like a little dark-haired kid, and he's gonna like become king or something. It's very stylized, kind of like a retro style. I believe they called him Simba. Not that retro. Actually, if I selected this one and this one, then turn on paint mask. It's actually a lot faster. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. This one, and this one. Nice. Something king. Yeah, exactly. No idea what it's called. That's the general. You know what? Do I do my last Red Bull? Awfully tempting. Is Red Bull good? Hello, Comment Tails. I'm addicted. I am addicted. They have a lot of different flavors. Um, they've also got sugar free and stuff. So I mean, I'm not here to advertise them, but I certainly drink quite a few of them every week. So I'm addicted. There, I love the tail rig. Gotta love the tail rig. Absolutely. Sorry. Typo and lost train of thought. Hey, I appreciate it. We'll be doing that quite soon. Right now, hair hell. That's where we're at. Hair hell. Not bad. That actually worked pretty well. Might be too much. Let's lower that influence. This is probably the most tedious part of rigging. Doing all the hair. If one is rigging a character with vertex groups, what bones does one weight with the vertex groups to using ARP? There's no info about this anywhere. So anytime you're looking at vertex groups and bones, the word you're looking for is deform. So if we look at our bone collection here, there is a deform section. There's also some settings on bones. So if you want your bone to be a bone that influences the mesh, it has to have deform on right here. It's this little checkbox. So that's kind of the connection, unsaid connection, and what you're looking for is you're looking for your deformed bones, because there's other types of bones like these circles here. These are all bones, but they're just for like utility. They're not actually those bones. Actually, I take that back. These ones are actually bones, but this rig here, all the arm bones and a lot of the finger bones and stuff, those are all just bones that don't actually have a direct connection with the mesh. Deformed bones are the ones that do. What about all the hair variations? In what sense? For this character? This character just got the one hair. Absolutely. Absolutely. It is a little confusing on what the expectations for a lot of 3D things even are. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. And deformed bone. Basically that, and then also again, I want to rig an animatronic with this. Yeah, exactly. So those definitely be the bones you attach to stuff. But yeah, you're looking for, if for Auto Rig Pro specifically, you're gonna, if you're using the 4.0 versions, they're gonna have this bone collections, and all the bones you want to weight to are in your deform category. And if you make bones, custom bones, that's also where they're going to end up. This one doesn't, we don't need this bone. I'm going to delete that bone. Always. I do try to stay with the latest blenders. If I was in like a studio production, I may not update, but because I'm just doing really bite-sized projects, it makes sense to kind of try to stick with it. The only thing I need to do is make an iRig from scratch, because the iRig and the ARP won't work for an animatronic. Interesting. I'm interested to see what you have in mind. Are you doing like a FNAF style animatronic? Glam rock. Ooh, very cool. Which character? I've never played Five Nights at Freddy, but I have watched Markiplier play a lot of it. Is the add-ons that hold me back? Some just never update, and I'm already addicted and lazy. Yeah, yeah. I had to. It was really annoying to have to hunt down some rig or like mesh data transfer stuff, because those are difficult to find, as it turns out. There's not that many, surprisingly. Foxy. Sorry, very cool. Well, I'm excited to see what you make. Alrighty. I think we're just about ready to move on to the other stuff. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. Is there a way to transfer weights to an ARP rig if the model already has a rig? There is an add-on called XPi Kit. I have not tried this myself, but I believe that's the promise of this whole add-on is you're able to transfer rigs between characters. So I'll paste that there. I have never tried that with an AutoRig Pro because AutoRig Pro for me is kind of the final step. But definitely go to his YouTube. So if you click on that image, it's going to have this YouTube link and watch Balls and Ninjas tutorials because that's where he's got a lot of his info. Yeah, absolutely. It's an interesting challenge. Definitely worth looking into. If not, the worst case scenario is you can look at this list of deform bones. So you're like, okay, this bone here is named armstretch.l, and you can copy this and paste it into and overwrite the corresponding group in your other mesh. Sneakiness, you said AutoRig Pro was your first step, first and last. I'll be right back. We're back, baby. We're back. All right, so let's see. Does the hair move? Oh, I should move the head bone. As the head. This bone should be parented to the head. Boom, boom. Control P, keep offset. Now, when this one rotates, they all rotate. Yay. It looks like we missed just a few stragglers there. Where is that? That is here. It's not surprising. No. Now these ones here, they really only need one bone. We're gonna, whoa, things moving around. I'm gonna delete that bone. And we'll move this one over a little ways. Give it just the slightest amount of influence. Really, everything else should be the head there. All right. Cool. Now what? Now we're gonna get everything else combined. Excuse me. Actually, one more thing to rig the tail. Always do the tail by hand. Honestly, because it just never seems to work right otherwise. Nice way to tell if it's working or not. Just go like that. And then we can use the smooth. Well, it's smooth. Then we know it's working. Cool. Now we should have a nice smooth tail. Go. It's the tongue. Combine that with the gums here. The eyes can't combine. There's just a few things that I can't actually combine. So we're going to call this body no mirror. And take the teeth, because we don't want to combine those with a mirror mod that clips. Or I should say, instead of no mirror, no merge. That makes more sense. We can start combining body elements. Actually, are the eyes weighted? Oh, they are. Easy peasy. Cool. 3:34. Got another hour and a half. I think we'll be very, very close to done. So close. So close. And then we'll put dress on its own. Take this little object. Forward. We got the beans. All the little beans, we can actually go ahead and just combine the body. That's fine. Sorry, before we do that, combine here. Go into scent. Grab this. Transfer the weights. Bring it to the model with empty. Actually, no, we just combine it directly. We do have those groups. That should work now. Nice. Then the claws. Get rid of the mirror. Transfer the weights. Combine. Oop. Good stuff. All right. The wings I will keep in their own collection. That's kind of in the way. Boo, boo, boo. Collar. You'll also transfer weights. Then parent. The glasses. We will not, because we only need one group for the glasses. Well, if I ever want to change them later. Okay, this is a little different, but we actually will make a bone just for the glasses. Parent it to the... No, I take that. A little too much work right now. So, parent the glasses with empty groups. Go into the glasses. Assign to head. Easy. Beautiful. You know, this one would really... I'm going to go ahead and delete all groups. Reparent with empty groups. And it should just be the neck. There shouldn't be anything else that's influencing that little collar. All right. The claw. Get rid of mirror mod. Apply the subdivision. For the triangulate, transfer the weights. Combine with the body. That should be good. The robust weight transfer is super good, by the way. You know what's funny? I think I found you thanks to Copilot while asking questions for Blender and VRChat. Oh, really? Interesting. Like, which Copilot? Like is it the one here on the Windows? That Copilot? The AI thing? That's pretty cool. The Windows AI assistant. Fascinating. That is honestly kind of cool. It knows the good stuff. Actually helps, to be honest. It seems so. I'll have to give it a shot. I use ChatGPT pretty regularly. 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 Okay. The gums we will combine with the body. Glasses will be a separate object. The hair, for now, will be a separate object. We will combine that with the body eventually. For now, we won't. Ooh, eyelashes. Interested to see how these hold up. Oh, so messy. pretty well. Pretty darn well, honestly. The secret I learned for rigging from rigging is that what you can do to ensure that, because sometimes you don't want something to deform at all. You want this to maintain its shape, but you still want it to move. So what you can do is select the point you want it to move with, and just say copy. And now, when it moves, that point won't deform in any way because all the points have that value now. So they move with each other one to one. That makes sense. Very useful for things like belts, anything that needs to move on the body, but not like on it. Yeah. Pretty cool. But now none of those will deform. They will move, but not deform. Actually, helps. Oh, I read that. Okay, 345. Anything we're missing? Let's do the dress now. So we have our. Well, the difficulty with doing the dress is we do need the body to be applied. So let's go ahead and we're going to save a copy now, which we're going to call free full body merge. And then we'll take this. Oh. Yeah. Well, no, I need to combine the hair too. What I really wish VRC Fury had was a combined mesh. That'd be really handy. A combined mesh feature would be super good. Because then you could be super modular. Oh. What we'll do, actually just duplicate this. Now we have body 01. Then we'll apply the mirror to body 01. Change our robust to target body 01. Select the dress. Get rid of the triangulate. Transfer the weights. Get rid of body 01. Take this and pair it to the rig. So now it should move with the body. Obviously, some issue because it's a dress. So the frill of it does suffer a little bit. You can see it clipping through there. Moves 100% with the legs. I think that's okay for right now, but most likely we'll want to create another bone chain for the front and back of the dress. Skirt. Oh. Um, what am I saying? I do need to apply because I need to combine these things. Put in the hair. Then even these scales. Back up, get the hair out of there. But it says no merge. It doesn't know what's best for it. Best for itself. All right. Now, about the wings. I didn't do the wings yet. We'll leave that for right now. I'm going to export without the wings for the moment. We're going to export with Auto Rig Pro. Set to humanoid. We'll fix our rig. Go to twist bones. Turn off export twist. Turn off bake animations. Turn on these two. Go to FBX and overwrite this file. Oh, what happened to my hair? Oh. What did happen to my hair? Ah, I know what happened. What happened to my hair? What did happen? Cleaning up UVs. It's annoying. Powerful, beautiful, wonderful. Sorry, I added some fizz bones. Managed to make the Vicings with the help of cats. That's good to hear. Excuse me. Evil Unity. There we go. Looks pretty good. That it's some melted tail. Okay. Getting some clipping on the breast there. Was too strong, I think. It looks pretty good. Looking into the body. Tail looks really good. Very snake-like. Body's clipping through the dress. Few spots. It's a little difficult because the fur that we have on the character basically displaces the whole body. So the body is just slightly thicker than it is in Blender. So it makes it a little bit hard to judge. We do some more movement. Moving up the hair though. This one's not moving at all. Feels better. That's still a little too strong. Yeah, like that. Ugh. Still getting some clipping. But they are perfect candidate for UV using UV discards. So should be able to. Well, there's two options. First is I think I'll do what I did on the last character, Shima. So what else? Let's fix the hair. I'm definitely losing steam a little bit right now. Trying not to, but I can feel it. Let's get done what we can, and then we'll call it a day at 5 in an hour from now. So I'm tired. Boring. This is boring. This is the boring part. Oh, shit. I don't know where I just exported it. Oh, balls. Oh, balls. There we go. All right. Where did we export that to? Just floating around in here. Can I delete that? And we'll export AutoRig Pro. The correct format to the correct spot. This is where it gets slow when you're working with a character, because you have to do this back and forth dance. Like, did that work? No. Okay. Well, let's the QA, the testing portion of things. Always the longest part. I don't like that. Don't like that either. So for these ones here, I think what I'll do, I'm going to create in the head an empty. I want to call this the hair BBC target. Okay. Then here we'll create another one, BBC head. Or should we say BBC head? That's nice. And the Fizzbone Collider. Feed this in as our root transform. Now we have a sphere. And then with this sphere, we're going to put it right in the head. Back and hit play. And oh, we didn't assign it. We forgot to assign it to the hair. So I have to take it here, drop it in our collider. Okay, then hit play again. So we can see it's already affecting it. So what we want to do is put it like right there where it's just a little too far in for it to. All right, not perfect yet. I like it to keep it from hitting the glasses. Okay, I think that's good. Make it just a tiny bit bigger. 6.2. Too big. 0.175. Just going to lightly push those apart. We'll copy the component here. Go back, change this 0.175 and paste the component values. Okay. And that should do in keeping the hair out of the face. Okay. That is so smooth, Lux. Smooth. For the tip of the hair, too, at the very top. I do think that the head bone should have a bit more influence. Very laggy. Oh. Ugh. Love that I know about this, but this cage is so freaking time consuming. Again, use a displacement mod. The two methods I use are either making that geometry nodes object, or I use an instance duplicate. That way you keep your mods just on the duplicate And it still keeps all your groups and stuff. That is pretty. I like that. You go through your videos later and save a few to the playlist. I know I have no idea how to work with nodes though. Then definitely the just use an instance duplicate and the modifier, because that'll be the simplest. And it's pretty close to what I do. Dang, she looks fucking awesome. Oops, I almost dragged something out to the scene. All right. What now? Now let's start adding empty, which we'll call VRC theory. Drag that into the character. And we'll make another one in here, which we'll call VRC toggles. And a toggle. Okay, never mind. It has to be like this. All right, never mind. Has to have an avatar descriptor. Okay, so we're going to do clothing slash collar. And this will be an object toggle for collar. Simple. That'll be for the glasses, clothing slash glasses. And then clothing slash dress. You guessed it, object toggle the dress. Default though, they should be on. We'll also want another toggle for the body tail. This will be a object toggle tail. And another component that will be body slash tail floor collider, which will turn on and off this bone for the floor. And again, default on, default off. Okay. We'll have another one in a little bit for the wings. Sorry. I was yawning at the same time. All right. Oh, I forgot to include the gesture emulator. So I need to start taking stock of what is left. So we need to rig wings. We need a wing toggle. We need the biseams, ifix, gesture expressions, the scales, scale material on hip. That looks a little off. Dress fizz bones. Then we need a breast rotation constraints. We need the hand poses. We need the FBX rotations. Blinks. Anything else? Oh, sorry. Did you try the AVI inside VRC already? Because I don't remember at which step you test them for clipping and stuff like that. I try to save VR chat testing for the very, very end. If there's something else I can do before VR chat testing, then I do that. Because the moment you start testing in VR chat itself, your time to do anything doubles or triples or quadruples. Because you're just, it takes like realistically to go in and out of VR, it's at minimum 5 minutes. So that means, yeah. Anyway, you can imagine. So I always save it till the very, very end. That sounds so risky. Not really. You can still do a lot, like with this gesture manager here. I'm able to test a lot on the character. So there's a lot of tools to test the characters. Plus, I know what I'm looking for. So I think there will always be more things to find in VR, but you'll get to them sooner if you didn't test in VR chat the whole time. Does that make sense? If you're testing VR chat the whole time, it'll still take just as long. If not, it will definitely take longer, the whole project. Like that's, regardless of the risk, it's still a shorter development time because that's how much longer it takes if you're going in and out of VR constantly. I should put a matte cap on the lens, on the glasses. All right, let's start with the FBX rotations. Remove the jawbone. Always remove the jawbone. The eyes. Okay. Muscles. Just check general deformations. These are looking pretty good overall. I wish I could turn off objects while in this view. Definitely some clipping on the torso. I think we'll have to expand the dress one more time. Or do UV discards. Probably both. And then let's use the odd view. I do have to just take a look. Huh, there's some scales in there on the hip or on the groin. So groin, scale, bake issue. Okay. Hands look pretty good overall. Probably make the hand for height smaller. All right, now let's get the rotations done. So on the body, spine, this is how much we want it to be able to rotate. The spine's usually fine, so I'm going to go with just straight to the shoulder. So usually just turn off the rotation. We don't really want the shoulder to be able to go down. That it moves the torso. That seems fine. That's an issue. Room lighting? It's so dark in there. Must be the room lighting. Or the root tip. Very dark. And bad lighting. Okay. Well, I thought you did 3-layer clothing for all of them. So the Grozilla clothing layers was special request. Correct. That was an additional outfit. That was an additional commission, really, for the leather jacket. Should it be that much? I'm gonna say 60 instead. Any special values you think are a bit sneaky in exporting from Blender to Substance? Blender to Substance? So the main thing that is, there's a few things, but your main issue almost always is going to be understanding that Substance is going to triangulate your mesh. So if you want to, like afterwards, when you're taking your model into Unity, like I am now, I haven't done it yet, but I will want to put on every object, I guess I have, this triangulate modifier with fixed alternate, because fixed alternate is the method Substance uses just to slice up your mesh. So when Substance turns your mesh into tries, it's using the fixed alternate method. My God, well, the sneakiness never ends. That one took me a long time because I've never seen it explained anywhere that that's going to be an issue. That took me a very long time to figure out. Yes, when I finally realized the engines break your mesh because they auto-triangulate, I was so angry. There's no mention of that anywhere unless you look. For some reason, the mouth stays open even with the silent Vi seam on. So the menu I'm in right now, it's good. It's a good time to take. Good, you're getting to that point right now, Adrian, because the menu I'm in right now is where you fix that. So let me just finish up these next few things, and then I'll show you how to fix that. Because I will be looking at it again in just 1 second. So to get to this menu, you may have seen it already, but when you have your FBX file, so right here I have mine, an FBX file, and you get this inspector menu, and you can open up, you can configure your rig. So we go into configure. What you want to do is unassign your jawbone. You want this to be empty, just like mine is, where there's no green light. There's no, it says none in here. There's no bone assigned to your jaw. You can leave your eyes alone, but definitely the jaw you would want to remove. You don't want to have, because for some reason, Unity will just open it for you. I don't know why. Perhaps that's something I could change in here, but I'm not going to worry about that. So yeah, if you just remove that assignment, Unity won't even try to do anything with it at all. Can you fix the fingers in there? Depends on what's going wrong with the fingers. I would recommend taking a look at either your rig first, or what I end up doing for every avatar is I make custom animations for each hand pose. So like, you don't really want to rely on the auto solution, the like automatic solution. You're going to want to make a very exact pose for each hand if you want it to be if you want it, if you're going to do it, that's the best way to do it. Just like have the exact positions. All right, so we did their FBX rotations. That's good. Let's just add the wings in now, even though they're not done. Or yeah, you know what? Let's just start rigging them. We got 20 minutes. Let's get the wings rigged. Go from there. So where are we right now? We're in deform. Perfect. We'll make a new bone. Not 100% sure how I'm going to rig these. I think we'll have this main bone for like this spot. Something for these ones, and then a few bones in between. I don't really know. No, I guess we'll have our main bone. Yeah, we'll have a main bone. And then what we'll do is we'll have one bone here for like these feathers that are just chilling right there. In this area, and then we'll have another set of bones, just probably 3 for this area. These will be our kind of, whoa, our for like the flowy bits. Okay. And then these will get parented to here. And this will get parented to here. Move it over. Oh, I didn't name these properly. We'll call it wing 1 small. Wing small.l and wing long 1. .2.l and long 3.l. Okay, good. Now we can take this whole chain, symmetrize it. Then for our wings here, there's no reason not to just go ahead and mesh this now. So do that right now. Yeah, apply the first mirror, apply the subdivision of the geonode. Apply the small mirror, subdivision, apply the geonode. Then we can take all these and just combine them into the final one, wings. Okay. Then we'll parent them to the rig with empty groups. And go back, select all the wings and stuff. And say assign automatic from bones. That looks terrible. We will not do that. We will use gradient tool, make very soft selections. We want this to be smooth with a lot of overlap in order to get some nice, beautiful looking motion. Beautiful. Behold! There that goes. All right, we can remove those from the collection now. Just drop them in there. What did I just do? Delete this. Take these. Drop them into our collection. Now we have just one collection with all the objects for the character. 69,588. Man, we cut it close. Cut it real close. Cat orange whistling. And there's me with 200K. 200. What's going on with my console here? The mesh wings have invalid normals. That's fine. I may even redo their normals again. Now it will be. We'll have one warning on them. That's okay. Now what we'll do is create another set of fizz bones. We'll start with the. We'll use the hair as a starting point. I don't want to make it from scratch. BB wing. Now, drop it down here. Take the wing. Indicate. So to make sure that these ones we remove the collider from. All right, see what that looks like. Ooh, that looks nice. Not as much motion as I expected. Hoping for a little bit more movement. Also, it's really flapping right there, right at the start, which is a little disappointing. Um, Down the immobile. Yeah, that's really flapping right there. I think I'll have to get rid of that one. Everything else looks quite good, though. Oh, good in motion, though. Yeah, I think well, we should add one more bone down here. What I think I'll do is whatever second bone is in this chain will increase its influence down here. Two things. First is we'll do another bone in the middle, a long chain. So we get a little bit of like vertical bounce. I don't know, maybe this is okay. Let's go back. Let's give it a shot. Whatever. There ain't no rules. There ain't no rules here. Oh, and then sorry. Actually, mm. Mm. And then we'll symmetrize this one. Oh, yeah. That looks really good. Fuck yeah. Nice. A noise. All right. 455. We rig the wings. Make a toggle for them. I think we just push through and get this list done today. So close to done. It's only Thursday. Let's do it. Not Friday. Sorry for a weird question, but in substance, I'm gonna say that. When you load your own cage, if it shows red anywhere, does it mean the cage is touching the low? Red means your high poly is poking through your cage. And again, that's why I mentioned that triangulation earlier, because sometimes it can look fine in Blender until you apply that triangulate, because then you'll see that it is actually clipping through. Because the shape is actually slightly different than it's implied. Did not show in Blender, goddamn, so you gotta go back and fix it, right? No way to do it natively in Substance. No, you can't. There's no way to build a cage in Substance. Though that would be a killer feature. And honestly, pretty fucking simple for them to do. I don't know why they don't have that, actually. It's a good question. Um, I really want to pop my neck, but I shouldn't. Should not. Okay, now we've got a wing toggle. Slowly making our way through this list. Let's fix the eyeballs now. So when we make bones for Unity with AutoRig Pro, AutoRig Pro does not give us the correct orientation for our eyes. So we have to make a second eye bone. And redo our weights. We'll call this DC_I.L. Parent it to the head. Symmetrize it. Then we'll go into the eyeballs. Separate them. In the eyes. I'll delete this one. Go to vertex groups. Delete all groups. DC_I.L. Okay, sign. And guess what? We get another one. DC_I.R. We'll add a mirror. Apply the mirror. And recombine them. Actually, let's just double check they're working. Here. Perfect. Take the eyeball. Combine the eyeball. Here. Now export this again. And we want to start setting up the eyes. Created my full driver, got all nice and dressed for nothing. Thanks, Substance. All right. So all right. Good. Eyes fixed. Let's do the small texture fixes that need to happen. The first being, you need to go back to our bake version. So when we look at the body baker cage and the high poly, what is going on here? The groin. I don't see any clipping. So why is there clipping on our texture? So it's not the bake then. It must be the paint. Okay. See a few bits of HP poking out, triangulating, but there's more sneaky ones hidden that only show in substance. Any other tricks? You have to make sure that you're on the fixed alternate triangulation. Because it's not just any triangulation, it is specifically that style. Where is that coming from? Right there. Is that from the color select? It is. Okay, so it does clip. Oops. Oh, it's so hard to see, but yeah, it is right there. If I had done random, we would have seen it right away. Sorry, I thought of my forehead. Okay, you're fine. It's not. It's just one of those digital things where it's just not intuitive. That it's just not an intuitive thing. So don't feel bad. It just is what it is. I'm going to actually make a shape key for this one. I don't want to change too much more. All right. So now, no need to rebake anything except the cage. Thank you. I don't get why they don't just teach you this. In general, no wonder people get intimidated when trying this for the first time. There's just a lot of different things. It because you can do really anything. There's no, and people do a lot of different things with it. There's just not really a good solution. Is it still? It still looks really crunchy right there. I'm gonna switch to world position on my mesh map. I guess that looks all right. It's very crunchy. Then we will go to the mesh. Oh, duh. Because because we've edited the normals earlier, we have to reattach the newly baked maps and remove them from here. So we go back down, normal, inclusion, do this AO, normal. Hey, there we go. Okay. Good stool. I can help with very little, but any question you have on MD, please let me help. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Right now, I don't have much, but I'm sure I will soon. Okay, we're not going to export just yet because we want to use our fur mask here, which is user channel 1. We'd like to lessen its impact on the gains. It means gradient shadow template. Such a haunting image here. Copy this one, paste it here, get rid of this. And now I've got this huge gradient that we can shrink down and apply to just the hand. I don't want it to be super, super strong. Hands look less intensely fuzzy now. So we'll call that a wind. A wind? Wind? Nothing else I need to do for the body textures other than going to the material and resetting the reflection and specular. because we updated it, so it needs to be reset. Actually, did we update it? Yes. But not for the Poyomi shader. I'm sorry, for the view, everyone. Yeah, that's good. Okay, perfect. So that's fine, actually. We can lock that in. Okay. That's good. Let's go over to the clothing now. And I'd like to create a mask for the lenses so we can put a custom matte cap or some sort of texture on the glass lenses, make them look a little bit more interesting. So to do that, we go here. We're going to create a user 0 channel. Swap to that view. Go down to our base layer. Set this to black. Go to glasses. Select the lenses. And set this to white. Though I think I will also set this one to black. It's just a very slight edge. I think I'll have to make the glass lens smaller. Very important to be writing everything I encounter down at this stage because it gets super easy to forget later. And again, I'm trying to do absolutely everything I can before getting into VR and testing. Otherwise, it just takes too long. It just takes too long. So we'll slap on a matte cap. Use our new clothing mask that we just created. Oh, I see. I dropped it into the matte cap, not the mask. Okay. Gotta roll that die. So do something like just a little colorful. Okay, so now I just have a little bit more visual interest. See, as long as you save the export in the same place, Substance will constantly update even if you make changes. Got to remember to always save in the same place and not a copy. Exactly. Yeah, I'm always overwriting the same set of files. Because I don't want to redo them. I don't want it. That hides that in shadow. That's good. For the glass matte cap. Now we just need to I don't see an edge, so I think that's good. Must be the alpha clip trimming the sides of the lens. Okay. Now we're just back to things in Unity, but let's focus on the textures. So for our texture here, we still haven't gotten the scale body fur to look good. Because we can adjust the normal map, but the normal map doesn't seem to show in here. It's too perfectly smooth. So when I mask out the height, really wish there was the bridge for Blender, Sublike, and ZBrush. The changes there are automatic. Oh, I guess what I could do is this is really silly, but it would work. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Is there any other way to do it? Maybe I need to go to Warren's not so fast fur. Super sampling times 64. I don't think there's a need. I mean, that's insane. So confused. What? Why would this even make a difference? Or it's only making a difference. It is making a difference on the skin. Give me my normal mats back, you punk. You son of a bitch. You stole my normal maps. Oh, let me check my phone. Why? Why? So let's try some other things. Just to understand what's going on here. It's not the hair that's making the difference. The normal map is fine, I think. It is actually quite flat here. Maybe I messed up the scales. I'm gonna get much on. Well, that would do it. All right. We fucked up, boys. Chat. We fucked up. It's the sneakiness. It has no end. Moloch. All right. All right. All right. Now, apparently this one wants the smoothness baked into the metallic, which is stupid. So we're gonna make a new output template. Duplicate this, call this Warren Burr. And on our metallic, go ahead and copy this. Well, no. Let's delete it. Let's add to it. We'll say copy, paste. Yes. So it is metallic and smoothness. We'll take metallic again, drop it there from gray channel, and we'll take the smoothness. Glossiness. That right there. Then we go to settings, switch over to it, and export. Cool. Looks pretty good. Now it's at a matte cap. Do something shiny. Oh, this is so much worse than fucking Wyoming. It really is worse. It really only has add. Okay, let's keep it off then. Man, I really well said. I want them to pop. Maybe we go back to Painter. We go to our scales here. And fucking crank up that metallic. But it is better. It is better. Um, I think I would like the metallic. Just want it to match that. I want it to look like this. Or at least look similar to that. So what's this do? Nothing. It ain't doing nothing. Why is it missing the world space normal? Here. Shouldn't. Right, because I wanted to use the normal. Because I can be a little sneaky that way. Um, Rather, when you fuse meshes in Blender, they lose their UVs. Uh-oh. What do you use to fuse them? It's not lost. So when you have two objects, you need to make sure that when you join them, their UV map, which you can find here, it needs to have the same name. So if I change the name of this one, and I fuse these, join them, Control J, now I have both the UV maps. So you should still have your UV maps. You might need to separate them, rename the UV maps, and then rejoin them. But you should still have all your UV information. If they have different names, then they don't join into one. They should be the same name, but if they're different, then they won't join. But if you just joined with Control J, that shouldn't delete your, that should not delete your data. So, hello, Chinua. So one mesh can have different UVs. Yes. In Blender, I believe you can have infinite amount of UVs. In Unity, you can only have 4. In Substance, you can only have 1. And Substance will only look at your first UV map. It will not look at any other UV map. And it doesn't even let you change the UV map. I also have a gripe with. Huggable socks. Exactly. And that's what one of the things I really love about the Poyomi shader is if you use the decals for any of your textures that you put in, you can choose which UV map it's using. They even have some of these other weird ones. But that way, you can really blend things as you want, as they should be. A little bit darker. But yeah, for like lingerie, especially if it's like just skin tight, I'll use a second UV map, paint it up so I have maximum detail on that second UV map. So to reiterate, if the names are slightly different, even capitalized differently. So for example, in this one I have UV map with lowercase, and I join them together, I get 2 UV maps because this one had a lowercase m. Um, so usually if I've made the mistake of joining UV maps together, I have to select all of the objects that I have the UV map, the correct UV map on one, extract that, change the name, and join it back. I always try to watch tutorials, but everyone makes such a speedy standard that I can't watch what they're doing. Yeah, everyone, that's that racing against the clock in terms of attention span, I guess. Well, hopefully this slower pace feels a little more comfortable. All of my tutorials, oh sorry, all my live streams are backed up on YouTube as well. So if you ever miss something from here, you can always go back. So the default spelling of UV map is not, there's no lowercase m. It's UVM, all capitalized, APS. So UV map. Now, when you make a new one, it is going to add 001 like that if I manually make a new one. And then I can rename it to whatever I want. Exactly. That looks much closer now. The green is still a slightly different green though. Let's go to our pale texture. I'd like to sample the green directly from our albedo. Maybe not that one. This one right there. Goodness. The last thing we're going to try to do is bevel them. Excuse me. So I'm going to make a template here, add in that fill, anchor point. I'm going to change this to red just so I can really see it. Then we'll add a filter, bevel. It could work, but it's just not even. All right. Maybe with normal here. Try that. 1 second. I didn't mute myself. Not yet. How you doing? It's necessary. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. What did you say? It's okay, I'll do it.
Yeah, let me mute myself. All right, 1 second. Gotta mute myself really quick. All right, we're back. I'm gonna probably end it in just a second. I didn't realize it was so late. Already 5:43. My goodness. Does time go? I think the heights they look good. They look good. All right. I guess I could add its own texture back on with I could do another normal and then just give it the same normal. Fine. Inverse detail. Oh, I don't see any difference there. Maybe. I guess a little, yeah. Okay. That actually did seem to work. I wonder if I could just keep stacking them. Yeah, you can. Interesting. All right. This will be my last export. We're super close to done. I was hoping to finish her today, but anyway. Just how good was how the cookie crumbles. Yeah. All right. Pops a little more. Okay, y'all. Thank you to everyone for hanging out with me today. It's been a productive, good day. This should be a very productive Friday as well. Can't believe it's Friday already. We got a lot more to do, a lot more characters to work on. Moving forward, we're going to be switching to a more regular schedule of every 2 hours switching to a new avatar. So I've got a lot to do, and we're going to be bringing in some freelancers to help me as well. Things are looking good. Things are looking interesting. It's going to be a fun month. But thank you all for hanging out. Eventide, Chinwa, I hope you're all having a great day. And everyone else out there. I'll see you all very soon. See you tomorrow for Friday. Hope you have a great one. Bye, y'all. Bye, everyone. Bye.